Hello, welcome to day 71. 71. 71. Making moves. So we are making moves. We are moving a lot of energy and we are making physical moves. So we just signed the contract for our next space. So, what does this mean? So for me, it means that I will be shifting environment big time. It means that there is a new timeline beginning, and it means that a lot of things are going to change. And I can feel that in my body very, very deeply. And there's also, when you make these big changes and big decisions, there's a lot of things that needs to fall in place. It's just not one decision, it's many, many actions. And that can stir a lot in the nervous system. And also moving, like the physical location, is one of the most the except from violent traumas and such, but when it comes to the normal everyday living and those kind of experiences, moving house is one of the things that shakes the nervous system the most. It's like if you look at Maslow's ladder, it's the having a house, having a roof over your head. So the home and the house is such deeply rooted, connected to the root chakra and the survival and the safety mechanisms in the body. So when we move and make decisions in and around moving, there's a level of safety that is up in the air until the new environment has settled. And that can take a little bit of time. And different people are affected in different ways. So historically, it's pretty easy for me to transition between environments because I usually, well, if it's planned, I will say if it's planned, and this is planned, so this is a decision that we've made. So when it's planned, it's very easy for me to transition because I can already see the future, so I'm already there. So when I'm physically there, when I arrive physically, I've already been there for a while. So that's not so difficult. It's when it's abrupt or like disruptive, that's when it's even more impact on the system. So I take advantage of this situation and I really take advantage of this situation so I can move as much energy as possible, because I also understand that these types of contractions, they happens in a way so that every contraction is different and they hit differently. So they hit a part of our energetic setup, our imprints, our past, our nervous system, everything that we've been through. It hits differently. So every type of challenge or every type of new situation is a new opportunity to rub up against something that will reveal something about myself. And since I know now that if I clear these, how to say, no, it's not clearing, it's letting go of belief systems, of reactions, of bias towards certain situations. So if I give another example, the moving of the house also triggers fears. So that triggers existing fears. And as I'm working through these abandonment energetics, that becomes very present. So there's a lot of different feelings coming up. There's a lot of different aspects, a lot of different levels that allows me to go deeper and to look into what is actually going on and why am I reacting in the way that I do. So today, when everything has been, one thing after another, there's a lot of shifting parts, and we're also moving out of a long fire, more challenging period. So there's a lot to process, there's a lot to unpack, and then I'm using this. It's like a crossover from my imprints and this current situation that stirs a certain aspect of myself. And then I can, in that aspect, I go inside and I turn to silence. And I've been meditating in different ways, moving, sitting, open eyes, closed eyes, scanning inside, connecting to nature, outside, and just bringing it in and processing and witnessing myself. I've been sitting in sacred witness. If you've been with me for all the days and all the 10 days of the Let's Connect also, that's where we introduced the sitting in sacred witness. So it's the just being with myself without trying to fix or change the sensation or the experience. And I'm very good at changing experiences or shifting states or I've been very good at moving even though I feel fear. But now I want to move and feel the fear and feel the energy and feel it so I can really let it go for real and really be in the emotions. So I've been sitting in sacred witness. It's been building up for a couple of days with these decisions and the small, the different things that needs to trickle down to make sure that everything happens, to hold that space, to hold the pressure for that, and really feeling it without abandoning myself, without overriding it, without just shutting it down, which I'm probably is my slickest move. It's very easy for me to just now park it there, and that's what's been the problem all along. So I don't want to do that. And allowing myself to be in the emotion. And I noticed that there's multiple. So when I stay in the sensation, I feel that the nervous system is just trying to escape in different ways, going to fight, going to flight, going to fawn, going to freeze, so just moving, dancing around between the different states, trying to make me make different moves out of the uncomfortable feeling, different stories, different this or that. But just staying and being in sacred witness of myself, and I can watch myself. It's like I'm the child, I'm the parent, the child, the parent. It's the human, the divine, the human, the divine. So I'm holding space for myself. And it's a fantastic process. And that is a huge part in what is happening with me through this initiation, because I really didn't want to do this today. Or no, that's not actually, no, that's Jim Carrey. Rewind. I could feel that the pressure of the 108 days added an extra layer of pressure in the nervous system, which made me actually stay, because I could notice, because of these 108 days and because everything else that is moving. So when we combine these moving parts and the big decisions and the new location and all of those things, and then we combine it with the pressure of the 108 days and the commitment that I've made and the stretch that means, or that this means for my nervous system, and that added an extra layer. And it was within the combination of those layers, where I could find that I that there was a flight response that was activated, and I made the moves. That's why it's been so easy to activate some sort of doer or doing inside of myself, and that comes from a flight energy. So instead of staying in the emotion and witnessing it and holding the space, because one layer is the uncomfortableness and the reality of the current situation, but why it's so uncomfortable is because I'm also carrying the emotion from the past. So it's a double reaction. That's why it's so highly uncomfortable. So when it's so highly uncomfortable, usually I would escape in the flight into action. So I would use that fear as a fuel to take action. And that is okay once in a while, but not always, and not as a default. So when that becomes a default, that's when we start to have these patterns that starts to repeat itself. So I could feel that that it's a control aspect also, that I could just stand up and go downstairs, because I've been sitting upstairs outside all day. So I could have just easily just got up and go down and record it and get it done, and it would have been a great topic. I would have been speaking to this topic, and it would have been fine, and I would have felt a sense of accomplishment, and I would have moved energy along, because I didn't do anything wrong. It's nothing like that. But instead, I decided to stay in the sensation and meet the sensation, and not take the easy way out and just get it done. Because then I get it done, and then that is enough dopamine hits of accomplishment that overrides the underlying issue. So you can see how that is a pattern, and how that is a pattern that actually just keeps me stuck at that level. And I am determined, to say the least, to not be in those patterns anymore. So I realized that that was a flight. So then I sat with it even longer and longer and longer. And then all of a sudden, the body said, now. Because then I was aligned. I've told you that my body starts to just summon. It just sets things up and moves me towards the screen and just sets everything up. And that's how I know I'm ready, because then it's also a message that is formulating. There's a prompt that starts. It's like a flow writing prompt that I do for you guys. The first couple of sentences, the first couple of stuff is like, okay, here it is. And then I trust that. And then I lean in, and then I do the riff on the topic. So that's what I'm doing now. So I knew all of a sudden, okay, now it's time, because now the body is just doing it. And I feel, okay, good. And And I've been also alchemizing a lot of energy today. I've done 3 separate um, sequences for myself to really go in and move the energy. When I find these heavier layers, when I could find the the crossroad, the connection, the ugh, yeah, whatever. That's when I also go in and move energy there with the breath and with the, yeah, as I have explained. And I'm really sensing that it's having such a great effect because I can actually turn the energy around. It might take a little bit of time, but I'm also using the opportunity to go deeper because I really want to move the energy. So, yeah, exciting times to say the least. Sometimes I feel it's a bit too exciting, and I realize that that's my own fault. But I'm just not the type of person. It's like, why would it's like I could I could I could just sit and tag along and just endure the the sensations and not do anything about it, and that would have been okay. I would have managed. But if I know that there's an opportunity that I have to move the energy and to move things quicker and to change the whole trajectory of my life, I just can't come up with any excuses that works to not do it when I realize what is available. So, and I mean, I'm also saying that not everyone needs to do this. All I'm saying is that it's possible. So if you want to do it, you can. That's basically, you know, my message. Because if someone like me, because I've been looking for this my whole life, I just know that this is what I've been looking for this whole time. I was just looking in all the wrong places. But first half of life is supposed to be the mistakes, and then you fix them and and grow up at the second part. So I guess that's what I'm doing. 48, yeah, pretty, maybe I'm a little bit late to the party. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Making moves. So I'm making moves. So I'm making moves on many different levels, and I'm noticing that the energy that I have been wanting to summon my whole life, but I haven't been able, but I've known about my ability to direct energy. And now in the fire horse year, then that energy is highly aligned. So this shift in environment, I feel, is going to be it's going to have an impact on mine and Simba's lives that I can't really understand yet, of course. I mean, but I can sense that it's big. I just sense it. So we'll see. We'll have to see. Getting the keys tomorrow. Moving quickly. And that's also, more has deeper effects on the nervous system when things happen quite quickly. I feel very excited about the next step. I feel very excited for myself because during the remaining of these 108 days, it feels like I will be able to narrow things down even more for myself, and it feels like I'm creating this streamlined pathway where I can just focus and send energy and move forward. So this is very, very exciting. Also, I haven't slept for 7 nights. I slept one night out of 7. And I have workshops with my coach at 5 a.m., 4 days this week. So my sleep is affected, to say the least. So that's also how I know that there's so much energy moving and my nervous system is not really able to really hit that deep rest. And then in the daytime, which also then it's interesting because that also, so the benefit of that, so there's always a benefit. So the benefit of not sleeping is that my meditations are very interesting, to say the least, because I'm tired enough to really hit these deep layers, but I'm awake and aware enough and present enough to observe what's going on. So I'm able to make these deep layered connections and allow this process to really help me in in my reorganization of my internal world that has been a little bit damaged by encounters with, human lives. But we can slowly, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm not really enjoying the lows, I can't say, but at least I'm not avoiding them. And there's a part of me that is waking up, and this part of me has always been alive in me. It's been one of my main energy fuels, and it's been hijacked, and I've been using it wrong, and yeah, it's like faulty programming. But it's an ability to get things done and to focus. I have an ability to focus that I feel that I'm able to get back, or that is coming back in a different shape and a different form. So all of this that I've been through the past years is the Phoenix Rising. It's a death and a rebirth process. So I feel like I've been burning everything, or everything has been burned to the ground except the truth. And now I'm sowing or growing or moving or manifesting from the essence of this truth. And that's when life start to look very different, because I start to operate from a different place inside, and the environment has a huge impact. So these decisions are very interesting. So someone told me this morning that I have so much power, and she was describing it for me in a way where I could see myself through her energy. We didn't talk much about it, but enough for me to give me a glimpse from someone else who has been studying me. And this is where it gets interesting for me, because it's very rare that I can meet someone who can meet me where, and I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else, but I just have a very specific way of operating. And it happens to be that this time I'm allowing that to be seen, and it's actually someone who understands and also tracking my pattern, because I think we're a little bit the same, and that's what's interesting. So exciting. So when it moves outside, it moves inside. When it moves inside, it moves outside. So I'm taking advantage. That's what I'm doing. And the power that she's talking about, this is where the power comes from. It's my willingness to look at what I need to move. And it has taken me a long time to actually be able to do that. So it's not something that I've done just from the get-go. I just realized that I have to meet myself fully. And that's the when you meet yourself, then there's nothing, there's nothing you need to be ashamed of. There's nothing you need to hide from. There's nothing to, it kind of clears the pathway by itself, it feels like, because you become closer and closer to you. And that's when life starts to shift, because we start to really act like ourselves. And that was the point of this whole experiment, this 108 days, to kind of not force, but put myself in a position where I start to fully feel comfortable with this flowy expression of myself and speak enough. It's like Big Brother. Everyone's aware of the cameras for the first couple of days, and then everyone forgets it. That kind of stuff. So I stretch myself, I stretch my capacity. And now I feel fantastic because I didn't run away and got this done. Instead, I decided to alchemize the emotion and get to a place where I felt good about doing it. And then I did it. And now I feel even better about doing it because I didn't override. I didn't take the easy way out. I didn't take the shortcut. I didn't override myself. I didn't abandon myself. And that's where the alchemy is. And once you get really good at doing that, there's nothing you can't. That's the unstoppable. When you grab the mud, when you just put your feet down in the mud, first thing you do, then the day just gets so good. If you do the most uncomfortable stuff first thing in the morning and move that energy over and over and over again, that's how you dig yourself out. Because one day there is no resistance there. It's just life. It's just ordinary life with whatever is supposed to happen, and we're supposed to be able to deal with that without collapsing, holding our lives. Making moves. Okay, that's it for today. Incredible. This is incredible. I feel incredible. I am incredible. No, but there's this, it's the Swedish thing. It's the Swedish thing. That's why I'm so fascinated by Americans. I think Americans are fantastic because they don't have this inbuilt system that we Swedish people have, that we have to put ourselves down before we even open our mouths. Jantelagen. Don't think you're something. There's a whole thing. You can look it up. There's so much fun content about about that. So we can't say that we're good. We can't toot our own horn or, pat ourselves on the back and say, wow, I am great. And when someone else says that you're great, you're supposed to say, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. It's awful. It's awful. Imagine living with that. It's not good. It's not good. So I want to be a little bit more American. Jokes aside, there's contrasts. Again, contrasts, contrast, contrast, contrast. And who's right? The boaster or the ultimate, self? You just destroy yourself before someone else does it. If I put myself down here, then no one else can do it. This is why I don't stop. I don't want to do those things. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to be part of it. I'm 48. I can make my own decisions, and I'm done. So tomorrow, day 72. Like and subscribe. Cheer me on, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Exciting. Oh, that's so good. So good. I'm so excited about this new place. This is going to be amazing. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.